Peace, beautiful people. I hope you're well and I hope you're all in flow. First of all, I'm just going to apologize for my croaky voice and my coughing and my splurting, but the message needed to get out today, all right? I'm getting over the flu. I sound worse than I am. For any of you who have had this kind of flu that's been going around, you know, when you get to that last little bit and it's just like, and it won't go, that in itself for me is quite symbolic. But anyway, apologies for the coughing and splurting, but the message needs to come out, so we move, all right? So basically, I woke up today and it was like 5 a.m. and spirit was like, tantra, 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 tantra. And I was like, okay. And then all of these messages started coming through. So basically, today is a little bit of an energy update, all right? As we know, we just yesterday had this new rare black moon in Capricorn, all right? And the energy update today is kind of around that, all right? So I'm going to start by saying that, you know, normally when it comes down to the new year, I don't normally tap into the new year energy and spirit until kind of like spring equinox time, you know, like March time, Aries energy, when things are starting to kind of come into bloom. But with this new year, it just feels different. It just feels really different. It feels like get your shit together now. Okay. Now, when I say to you, get your shit together now, that doesn't mean go out and just take loads of random action and don't do loads of random shit just for the sake of doing it. Like this new moon energy in Capricorn, Capricorn governed by Big Daddy Saturn. All right. The daddy Saturn, the masculine, taking action that is truly in alignment for yourself. Okay. Are the heart and the head in union right now? All right. And this is why the energy and message of tantra was coming through. All right, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm an initiated priestess and I'm also a tantrika. And when people hear the word tantra, the first thing that a lot of people think about is pleasure and, you know, loads of amazing sex and deepening the connection with another person. Now, there's a lot of distortion around the tantric scene, and that is for a whole nother video. All right. Now, even though that pleasure piece and that kind of sexual union and those pleasure codes is an important part of the tantric journey, which I call the red tantric part, when you come into union with another, the key piece of the tantric journey is the tantric journey within the self, the union of the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. When you think of the word tantra, tantra means to weave, okay? And what's being asked at this moment for the collective, for those who this resonates with, is your masculine energy truly in union with your feminine energy before deciding and making decisions on the future, this new year energy? All right. So also, let's just go back to Capricorn for a moment. Like I mentioned, Capricorn governed by Saturn, Saturn masculine, big daddy energy. Now, the opposing sign of Capricorn is Cancer. Cancer is the complete opposite. It's the mother, the matriarch, the divine feminine. And that's why this energy right now is asking the collective, are you in union with self fully and taking aligned action and creating manifestations from a heart aligned with heart space? Or is there still a slight distortion rooted within the masculine energy? Remember, people, the masculine energy is not about man and woman. The masculine energy is yang energy. Masculine energy is the doer, the mind, how we take action, okay? Are you making decisions from a distorted masculine space right now? Okay, because anywhere where that distortion may be coming through you, Big Daddy Saturn's going to show you. It's going to show you with how things are physically manifesting in your life or have been manifesting in your life, because it's going to feel very karmic for you. All right. Or you're going to have people coming into your life at this time who are going to show you very, very clearly where this distortion and distorted masculine energy is still residing. Now, when I talk about the distorted masculine, again, this is not about man and woman. It's about how you take action, how you do, how you lead, how you show up. All right. And the distortion is really just lower ego, right? Lower ego is just things like fear, anger, manipulation, shame, guilt. All right. And again, this energy is coming through really, really strong with this new moon energy. I'd actually say that this new moon in Capricorn is kind of giving full moon energy. It's like, this is going to be revealed about myself. Like, this is a really good time before you really drop into these creating your manifestations to do a little bit of shadow work. And I'll get to some shadow work questions a little bit later on. But going back to the tantric energy and the white tantric journey, when we think of white tantra, remember, red tantra is external, connecting with another, creating pleasure with another, alchemizing the shadow through two kundalini energies weaving together. Okay, that's the red tantra. But with white tantra, it's the union within self. And right now, how I was seeing it, as I'm saying this now, the sun's just come out through my window and it's really bright and beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. As I was saying, like, as I'm seeing this, as I've been seeing this, is I've got the feminine energy on one side and the masculine energy on another, yin on one, yang on the other. And it's like they're just staring at each other. And what's taking place right now is all of this sun energy, these light codes, the Schumann resonance shifts that are taking place, all of this light that's being poured onto the earth at this time is like being this magnetic pull, pulling the masculine and feminine together, weaving, asking masculine and feminine, can you weave now? Can you marry now? Can you come together now? Can your head and heart fully align? Because if you're unable to make decisions now, or create manifestations now and moving forward from this weave, this union, this married place within, oh baby, the magic that can take place for you is going to be just that, magic. But this distortion, and I feel it really strongly, that's been coming through. So again, the masculine energy, all right, you're being asked right now, within the masculine energy, within and without, where are you not in union with your feminine energy right now? Where are you pushing, doing, living your life from a place that isn't truly aligned with the heart? Where are you still living or coming from a place of fear? All right. And in order to really be in an embodied masculine energy, remember, it's within each and every one of us. We have to come into union with the feminine. We have to look at, touch, feel, see, embrace, hold space for the feminine. If there is any distortion, I'm going to keep using that word because that's what wants to come through, with how you see the feminine, feel the feminine, experience the feminine, or allow the feminine to come through you, it is going to be seen at this time. You are going to see it within yourself. You are going to see it with people around you. And that's what this new moon energy is about right now. It's asking you to really get clear and aligned. The universe isn't trying to punish you. The universe doesn't want you in a space of confusion. The universe, and if you are right now somebody who feels like, I don't know, I think I know what I'm doing right now, but I'm kind of just going with it and just taking action for the sake of taking action, that is not aligned flow. There's a difference between just taking action and hoping for the best, right? That's distortion. And knowing that your heart and your head is truly aligned and in union, and you're allowing yourself to drop into that feminine energy of surrender and being, and then taking calculated action when you know it feels right to do so. All right. So again, with this tantric energy, the collective is being asked to really look at these spaces within themselves at this time. And yeah, it is asking you to do a little bit of shadow work. This isn't kind of pick on the masculine time, you know. The feminine also has work that needs to be done, and the feminine has been doing work in certain spaces. But right now, with this Capricorn energy, the masculine energy is being presented with some shadow work to look at, so that they can really face the parts of themselves that they haven't been able to face in the past, or look at the parts of themselves that they've been running away from. Sometimes people take action and they feel like, yeah, I'm doing this, and I'm winning at life, and I'm taking all this action, so I must be winning, right? Well, no, not really. Because if you're not aligned with your heart, then you're not aligned. It's not aligned action. And right now it's like, please take aligned action, because for the next year, it's very karmic. It's very karmic for all of the collective. Now, this message isn't going to resonate for everybody, because some of you have been doing the work. And so you might just be having this energy come up for you through other people. You might be looking at other people right now, or other people might be coming into your reality right now and showing you where this distorted masculine is within them, to show you where you've come from, and to make sure that you don't go back there. To make sure that moving forward into this new year, new chapter, new version of you, higher version of you, that you are not taking any of that distortion with you. Honestly, this energy right now, it feels so, I don't normally get into this energy until, like I said, like spring equinox time with that Aries energy, but it was like, Charmaine, no, this is now. This is new year. This is January the 1st. This is Capricorn new moon. This is get your shit together now. The collective needs to hear it. So for those of you who are going to be like, well, what do I do? If I feel like I have been, you know, not taking action from a really aligned space, if I do feel like I'm in a space of confusion right now and not really feeling truly in my embodied masculine energy, what do I do? Well, the first thing that I would invite you to do is to tap into your solar plexus. Okay, the the solar plexus, right, is your power center. It's a masculine energy. All right, so you can do that by meditations. You can find a lot of guided meditations on YouTube. All right, always use discernment when you're tapping into any type of YouTube videos, because not everything is light. So always set an intention to connect with a video or a healing energy that's going to be supportive for your higher self. All right. So guided meditations on YouTube, subliminal affirmations on YouTube. That's one way that you can start to rebalance that masculine energy, your I am presence, all right, so that you feel more embodied. Because when you are more embodied in that solar plexus energy, the marrying and union tantric energy that takes place within the heart is just beautiful. It's alchemy. It's alchemy, all right? And the second way are a few shadow work questions. So I wrote a couple of questions down here, and write them down, okay? And before you choose to answer these questions, should you choose to answer these questions, you got to sit down and you got to get really, really real with yourself. No one's looking but you and God, right? But you got to get really, really real with yourself when you choose to answer these questions, because that's the only way that the alchemy can take place. That's the only way that this beautiful web between the masculine and the feminine can truly be weaved. White Tantra, so that you can move into creation and birth and pleasure externally, whether that be within a relationship, with your business, with connections external to you. Okay, remember, the tantric path that it weaves across all areas of your life, not just within a sexual partnership. Okay, this union that takes place creates a birth. This could be birthing a project, birthing a book, birthing a new business, birthing people that can support you along your journey. This is what birth is, or even birthing a new baby, if you want to go down the parenting route. Okay, so 3 questions for you. The first question is, where have I or am I misusing my power? Eesh, it's a tough one. And again, you have to really sit with yourself and get real when you're asking yourself these questions. So, where have I been or where am I misusing my power? And then you're going to ask yourself, why? Excuse me. Second question, where am I feeling powerless at this time? Then you're going to ask yourself, why? Okay. Now, when you're asking yourself why after these questions, when you have a young child, right? And then they will ask you a question and you'll answer the question and then they say, but why? But why? But why? But why? And it can start to feel a little bit annoying. The reason why you keep asking yourself why after these questions is because you're going layers underneath, layers that you're digging. Why do I feel powerless? Why have I been misusing my power? Where has that misuse of power come from? Did I see someone misuse their power in the past? Am I replicating that? You're going to go deep within. It's an underworld journey, right? Capricorn, Saturn, Big Daddy Saturn, we're going to learn today, all right? And the third question, and this is a very, very important one. What do I feel about the feminine at this time and why? Remember, that question doesn't say, how do I feel about women at this time? It's how do I feel about the feminine energetic at this time? How do I feel about yin energy at this time? Yin energy is intuition, it's being, it's stillness, it's creativity, it's nurturing, it's surrender, it's empathy. How do I feel about feminine energy at this time within myself? And how do I feel about feminine energy externally to me? So that might show up in bearing in mind that the opposite of Capricorn energy is Cancerian. The first question that might come up for you is, how do I feel about my mother? It's a very, very good starting point. The mother is the first love of your life, right? That's where you're birthed through, the mother's womb, right? So when you ask yourself these questions, and before you ask yourself these questions, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your solar plexus and just take some deep breaths and really come into these chakras, really come into your body so that you can get clear and honest answers for yourself. And once you've answered these questions, which will be very revealing, some of these questions and the answers can bring up a lot for you. And if they do, please be kind to yourself, because you might see your shadow in a very different way. But remember, we don't need to run away from the shadow. The shadow is a part of us. It's about embracing the shadow so that you can integrate the shadow so that you can move forward in a healthier way, in union with the feminine. Remember, that's what Spirit was telling me today. It's Tantra. The collective energy right now is, are you ready to weave in order to birth what it is that you truly, truly want for yourself moving forward? No more distortions, no more distractions, no more of this karmic energy that you've been riddled in for all of these years. Because this distorted masculine energy, I want to say, and the purification of that masculine energy has been really hardcore taking place, I'd say, for the last kind of 12 years. And, healing, we're on a spiral here. Healing's linear, right? So we're never fully healed, but I feel like we're really at crunch time right now. Really at crunch time right now. Again, the universe isn't trying to punish you. God, Holy Father God, Sophia, Christ isn't trying to punish you. They're trying to teach you. They're trying to teach you and guide you so that you can be embodied and whole within self, so that you can birth when it's time for you to do so. Short but sweet message from me today, all right? I just want to say to all of you, as I'm putting this message out on New Year's Eve. I don't normally do things like this, but when Spirit tells me to bring a message through, I do as I'm told, all right? But as we move into this new year energy, I just want to say to each and every one of you who's been with me on this channel, on this journey for the last 4 years now, who have supported me and subscribed and liked and watched and really been there for me along my journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I appreciate you all deeply, all right? And for those of you who just kind of come on here and watch and kind of low-key hate, I love you too. Thank you for the views, all right? Have an amazing, amazing, amazing new year. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care, family. Lots of love.